Everyone thinks a cow started the Great Chicago Fire. They're catastrophically wrong. The year was 1871. Chicago, a bustling metropolis largely built of wood, was bone dry after weeks without rain. A single spark, in the wrong place, at the wrong time, could ignite a catastrophe, and it did, or so the story goes. For over a century and a half, the official narrative has blamed Mrs. O'Leary's cow, Daisy, kicking over a lantern in a barn on Coven Street. It's a quaint, almost folksy tale, easy to digest, and even easier to dismiss the inconvenient questions it leaves in its wake. But what if Daisy was just a convenient scapegoat? What if the truth behind the Inferno that consumed a city, killed hundreds, and left 100,000 homeless is far more complex, perhaps even cosmic? We're going to peel back the layers of myth and misinformation, examining the evidence, the eyewitness accounts, and the strange coincidences that point to possibilities far beyond a clumsy bovine. Prepare to question everything you thought you knew. The fire began on October 8th, a Sunday evening around 9 p.m. Within hours, fueled by strong southwest winds, it became an unstoppable force. But the fire didn't just spread. It seemed to leap, igniting buildings blocks away, defying conventional fire behavior. Eyewitnesses reported strange blue flames, intense heat that melted stone, and even spontaneous combustion of materials not directly touched by the main blaze. Were these simply exaggerations born of panic, or something more? One of the most persistent alternative theories points to a comet, specifically Biela's comet, or rather, its debris stream. In 1871, Earth was passing through this stream, leading to spectacular meteor showers. Proponents of this theory, like engineer Richard B. Bales, argue that fragments of the comet, rich in methane, could have struck Chicago and other cities simultaneously, because Chicago wasn't the only city burning that night. On the very same night, October 8th, massive fires erupted in Peshtigo, Wisconsin, devastating 1.2 million acres and killing over 1,500 people. Harland, Michigan, and Manistee, Michigan, also experienced simultaneous, catastrophic blazes. The official explanation: dry conditions and random sparks. But the sheer scale and synchronicity of these fires, across hundreds of miles, stretching from Chicago to Wisconsin, strains credulity for many. Could meteoroids, igniting upon atmospheric entry, have been the true culprits? The blue flames, the intense heat, the spontaneous ignitions, these details align eerily with accounts of extraterrestrial impacts. However, there's no definitive physical evidence of meteor impacts in Chicago from that night. No craters, no meteorite fragments recovered. This lack of tangible proof is the comet theory's biggest hurdle. Then there's the human element, conspiracy. Some suggest the fires were deliberately set, perhaps by disgruntled workers, political agitators, or even land speculators eager to rebuild on new terms. Chicago was booming, and tensions were high. The Great Conflagration allowed for a complete urban redesign, a modern Chicago to rise from the ashes. Was the destruction a necessary evil, orchestrated by those who stood to profit most from its rebirth? However, like the comet theory, concrete evidence for arson or a widespread conspiracy is elusive. No smoking gun, no confessions, no leaked documents detailing a plot, just circumstantial whispers and the benefit of hindsight. The official inquiry, conducted swiftly, concluded it was an accidental fire. Mrs. O'Leary's cow was eventually exonerated, but the legend stuck. The desire for a simple, relatable cause often outweighs complex, inconvenient truths. Perhaps the truth lies in a combination of factors: an exceptionally dry period, volatile building materials, inadequate fire suppression, and a single catastrophic spark, whether from a lantern, a meteor, or something more nefarious. The Great Chicago Fire remains a powerful symbol of destruction and rebirth, but beneath the surface of its well-worn narrative, questions linger. Questions that remind us that even the most accepted histories can hide deeper, darker possibilities. So was it a clumsy cow, a celestial visitor, or a calculated conspiracy? What we know for certain is that in the ashes of 1871, Chicago forged its future, forever changed by a mystery that still burns brightly in the annals of the unexplained. Delve deeper into another city's hidden past by watching our video on the mysterious Tunguska event.